Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Doyes, and welcome back to Forever Stranded. In the last episode, wow, there's a lot of spiders out there. Invisible spiders right there and there. In the last episode, I got distracted. We were working on this, which is our wither spawner, and we're trying to get the upgrades, which I will get to in a moment. We also built a bit of a power room, ready to kind of go for whenever. And we were working on getting more dirt. And so we set up a bunch of pumpkins in garden cloches, and we have those going to a bunch of barrels, which I upped the amount of these just to make this go faster. This is something we might actually end up moving. Don't know yet. I haven't decided yet, but it is something that we could do. We could put just a big factory somewhere, but I don't know. It's an idea. So, yeah, we were working on a bunch of different things and just trying to kind of get close to being able to complete some of these collector quests. So the first one we need to complete is the dirt. We need 1,000,000 dirt, and that's just going to take a while. Now, this is for the wither. We have it controllered to the wither. We have it programmed. And we were working on some upgrades, and I'm going to be honest, I ran out of experience. I have very little experience left. All of the stuff is right here. I have a whole bunch of books and stuff. So it didn't really work out too well for me. And then I think I have some more stuff in here. Yeah, I have efficiency upgrades and other upgrades and whatnot. So something I want to see, so we can put up to 4 upgrades on this. Unfortunately, I found out that if we take a look and we sneak at this, we have mob count, spawn rate, all that kind of stuff. If we get rid of the mob count, that actually significantly lowers the amount of RF it takes. But if we lower everything, we have just efficiency up to efficiency 3. We can see that it costs 400,000 RF at 417,000 RF at a little under 1,000 RF per tick with all of these upgrades. So if we add another upgrade, which it kind of is, it attaches. Basically, it has to touch the spawner itself. And I think it just has to be in this line somewhere. I think there needs to be upgrades touching this in order for it to work, but I'm not sure. But as you can see, this doesn't stack. We can only put efficiency up to 3 on this, and everything else just doesn't matter. So that is a bummer. So what do we want to do? Spawn mobs a little bit faster or spawn more mobs? I think spawning more mobs is probably going to be the better plan. And that is going to almost double our cost. But here's the good news. We can take these efficiencies, and I think I'm going to take the spawn rate ones, and we're going to go downstairs and attach these to our Enderman farm. So that will help things a little bit as well. Now, does this have to be in line like so? It looks like it. And this is kind of the problem I was having before. Alright, so let's break this. Let's put rate 1 and 2. And since this is a tier 3 spawner, we can actually go up to tier 3. But we're not going to worry about it right now. And then efficiency. But we need to have those in the right order in order for them to work. And this will start spawning things a little bit faster. And then I think what we can do, we put this here. Factory's running. Factory stopped. Cool. So that's kind of the idea here. But if we want to do all this stuff to the guy up there, we're going to want to bring everything down here. So as you can see, I already have power set up. And that is the bottom of the factory. In order to set everything else up, what we're going to need to do is make proxies and extenders. So we'll get to that in just a moment. The other thing that I'm probably going to want is an XP upgrade. This is probably going to be really good to have. It's just lapis and fish. But something else I did, by the way, is put an export bus on here. So we're automatically putting things in here. So when I come down here and there's a million dirt, then we'll forget about it. So we're getting there. Anyways, let's throw that away. We don't need that. But let's make these extenders. So we need casings and repeaters. And how many extenders are we going to need? Let's take a look. Because I actually don't know. 1, 2, 3, 3. We should only need 3, so that's fine. Let's make all this stuff. So factory casings, we have 3. We're going to need 6 redstone repeaters. 4. Oh my gosh, redstone. Just make 10 of those. Why not? We have plenty of redstone coming in. And then we should be able to make these proxies. Extenders, rather. The proxy is the last part, which we need another redstone repeater. We're going to need a hopper, which should not be a problem. And we're going to need another factory casing. So let's tell it to make a factory casing. And there we go. So what does this do? Well, basically it extends the factory itself. So if we put this like so, and then place the proxy at the bottom, we can now accept power and items out of here. So that's kind of the idea. So I don't know. Item ducts do not automatically connect. So what we can do is we can get a chest. Doesn't really matter. Let's make a chest. Now, does this mod pack? I don't remember. Also, I used a conduit probe, by the way. You can use a conduit probe to copy paste settings of conduit connectors. So I did that to the bottom of all these guys so that they would work a little bit better. And a little bit of a FPS stagger right there. But now we are losing a lot of power charging this guy up. In fact, is he... Okay, it is currently stopped, but what is... Is it the... Is it this? Factory is running at 2,000. Yes, it is. Alright, so it makes a lot more Enderman, but it does do a lot of really bad things to our power, which is something else I want to kind of work on today. So the XP upgrades is something else that we could do to get more XP. If we look at up here, solidified experience, this is what I've been using. I kind of ran out of it though, so I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not, but it's something we can do. Now the thing that I want to know, do we have, is slightly larger chest. Yes. So we need some sticks. Let's just craft 100 sticks because it's not a problem whatsoever. And we'll make a slightly larger chest. Now, a slightly larger chest is a little bit of a misnomer. It's not actually bigger than a normal chest, but what it is, we can put it there and then still open it. So just put this all like so. Extract, always active. Alright, perfect. It's a little weird because it doesn't have the chest sound, but that's whatever. Alright, so we should be able to... Factory is running. So we have efficiency 3, mob count 1. So it's going to spawn 4 withers every 420 ticks. And it's going to use quite a bit of power. It's going to use a little over 1500 RF. But with our solar panel on, it actually balances out fine enough. And if we look, we have 4 nether stars. And what we can do is we can start supplementing our power with a nether star generator. Now, I'm a little bit worried about this guy, but this is something we could do. I don't know if we're going to. Something else we could go ahead and do is try to get a solar tier 4. and there's another 4 nether stars. So not too bad. We actually have plenty of power coming in, so that's really good. So let's look at our digital guide. And we took a look at this a little bit last time. If we want the solar array, we're going to need 81 solar cells and 8 modifier cores. We currently have 4 modifier cores up here. Yes, so we're going to need 4 more modifier cores. So let's see, can we get that? Modifier cores times 4. That should be pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Alright, so next we're going to need, I think it said 81 solar cells. We currently have 25. So that's what? So if we have a 5x5, we need a 9x9. We're going to need, let's just do this the simple way. Solar cells times 81 minus 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 56. That sounds right. We're missing 300 quartz. Ew. So we need a lot of nether quartz. So what's the best ways to get nether quartz? Well, we have some nether quartz ore. And we can, how can we get the most out of this? Pulverize it for 3. Nether crush it. That'll give us 3 more stacks. That should be good. Now, we have a hardened machine. We could make augments. So we have that augment. Can we make better augments, or is this just... Can we, like, upgrade the number of these? I don't think so. I don't know. Anyways. Dynamos. Anyways, let's go ahead. We already have a bit of this, so we need 56. Let's see, do we have the modifier cores? We have the 4 modifier cores. Now, we also are going to need, and this is probably the hardest part, we're going to need 40 tier 4 structure blocks. So if we look at structure blocks, we're going to need 40 of these, which, hey, we just happen to have 40 nether stars. Wow, that was a lot quicker than expected. So it used up all of our nether stars, but at the same time, who cares? So we just need to get enough of the stuff to get the other thing. I know what I'm saying. We just need to get enough of the nether quartz to make the solar cells themselves, and we can rework our power. So that's kind of the idea. We need to figure out where is the power going to come into. I think if we can pop into this, that would be really nice. So let's go up top and kind of prepare a little bit. Now, didn't I tell it to make some vibrant... make a vibrant capacitor bank. Just one for right now. But let's get our structure tier 4. Oh man, this is actually going to work. And to give you an idea, we are currently producing with our solar array 3,600 RF per tick. With the tier 4, we're going to have 46,000 RF per tick. So a little bit of an upgrade, I'd say. It's worth all these materials? Yes, definitely. It's worth every single one. So if we look at the solar, we need 56. We're missing half of it, so we can make... let's make 16, and then we just need to make 40. So that'll start working. We should have a vibrant capacitor bank now. And let's go over to our power and start working on kind of looking at charging everything up. So how do we want to do this? I want to save some room over here for different things, and the ceiling is going to have is going to be where the solar panel is, but like we're not going to want it centered because it's 11 by 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like here. 2, 3, 4, 5, because I believe it's 11 by 11. Let's double check that. I believe it is an 11 by 11. Yes. And we can add modifiers to it. So modifier, there are a couple different ones. I don't know. Modifier. We can do the piezo modifier, which allows solar panels to generate rain power, basically. That is not going to really help. So we don't really need to do any modifiers. A lot of the modifiers are actually pretty expensive. Requires mica, and that's never fun. So this is going to be where we do stuff. We'll set that up once we're ready for it. But this will be where we get power coming down. Now, what did these guys... Max output is only 20,000 RF. So we need wires or something. We need something that can transfer power a little bit better. Or we could just put capacitor bank there, because if we put a capacitor bank here, it's max. No, it doesn't actually matter too much. I don't think so. For now, we'll put this. If we need to get more, there is flux ducts that we can start working towards. Specifically, if we look at resonant flux ducts, they transfer about the same amount. But cryostabilized flux ducts have no limit. They're just incredibly expensive. They require fused quartz, electrum, or hardened glass, I believe, would also work. Yeah, any hardened glass type. And then the resonant flux ducts. And that's not too bad either. So, and we can make the empty ones. And it's just a long process, but it's not too terrible. So let's go ahead, and you know what, let's right here. This is going to be where we bring our stuff through. And we'll put our first bank here. And this wall will basically be just power banks. So let's get conduits going like so. Now eventually we could also do tesseracts. How about other tesseract recipes in here? Or not. There are no tesseracts. Do we have access to... What kind of storage do we have for energy? There's gotta be something... There's converters... energy cell basics can be turned into better ones, but that's not really going to be that great. Inventory system storage warehouse, I don't really know what those are, so I might have to look into if there's better storage options other than capacitor banks. But power cells I don't believe are in this. Okay, so we'll have to figure something out. I don't believe environmental tech has anything. Let's really quickly look. No. So for now we're just going to be kind of stuck with what we're doing, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So grab all of this stuff. Alright, so solar cells, we have 16. We needed 56, so we need like 40 more. We're missing 58. So I guess let's go ahead and grab some more soul sand. And we'll eventually get more... Oh, really? Okay, so we're going to wait just a second. We'll eventually get more stuff from our lasers. And this is the thing. As we kind of make more power, we'll use more power to make more power, like, to get more resources. And that's the typical, like, circle, I guess, if you want to call it like that. So, cobblestone, diorite. Now, where did we actually pop through? Right in the corner. Alright, that's fine. So what we can do is something like this. Break that. And hope for the best. So that can go away. The last thing we're going to need is the actual solar panel tier 4. Just going to require some other solar panels. So solar panel controller. We only did the other one, so we'll probably have to do this one manually, but that's not too much of a problem. Let's go ahead and sleep just so that we can start gaining power. I want to kind of make this switch as painless as possible. And here's the thing, since everything is connected up to this guy already, merely removing the this and putting it somewhere else where it's still connected should not make any bit of difference, hopefully. So solar panels, we need like 40. We're missing literally 4. So we just kind of wait a second. And I guess while we're waiting, what can we do? So dirt is going to be kind of a slow thing that we're just going to kind of wait for. We're at 7,000. Yeah, it's going to be a very slow thing. But is this full of pumpkins? No, this is actually relatively keeping up. Okay, that's good. That's what I want. I want a balance. So we're going to probably, the next thing we're probably going to want to do is upgrade this guy to the maximum. Make him structure tier 4. But we're getting a ton of nether stars now, so that should not be a problem. And I believe it's about the same size, so we'll have to adjust things a little bit, but all in all, it should be fine. I believe tier 3, 11 by 6, it's 1 taller. So, we'll have to sink it into the ground a little bit more, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to do that later. We should have our 40 of these. We do? Cool. So that's everything. So what do we need to do for this? We have a tier 2 controller. So we can take one of those out of the recipe. So we're going to need 2 tier 3s to get tier 4. And that is not going to be bad. Alright, I'm tempted to just go ahead and deconstruct this. How much power do we have? I kind of want... Let's turn stuff off, just so that we can gain power and not use too much. So this guy is running. Let's turn him off. Most of the stuff downstairs is running, but it's not bad enough. So we're using about 2,000 RF per tick. That's not too bad. So solar cell things. What do these actually require? I don't remember. What's the recipe for this? So we can start making some of it a little bit. We need clear glass and photovoltaic cells. All right. We have some compressed soul sand. We could probably make a little bit more. And we can tell this to make like 1,000 more soul sand. That will just take time because we have an automatic system for that. But what we can do is we can just let's just do something like this and fill this all up with compressed soul sand. The reason being, one, the uses of this is exactly the same. It's going to give us the same things regardless. So we don't have to worry about that. But more importantly, it's going to just kind of give me more nether quartz, which we're going to need a good bit of for right now. So that is good. And then we should be able to kind of not worry about it. At least for a little bit. So, solar cells, this is definitely getting up there in power. We're going to want more clear glass. That's probably the big thing that we're going to want. So, clear glass, let's get like 30 of that. We have no crafting CPUs, of course. Doesn't this fill up with sand? You know, I could probably just do that manually. Let's cancel that, and I'll do it manually. Just so that we can make some clear glass. So let's make like 30. About a half a stack. And we'll just pop down here. Get a bunch of stacks of sand. Because why not? And throw it in here. Perfect. So do I feel comfortable enough? We have almost 40 million RF. I think I feel comfortable enough disconnecting this. So first thing we should do is just remove the solar panel. And we're going to want all this stuff anyway, so the structure blocks we'll use later to upgrade other things, but most importantly is just getting all of the solar cells as well as the controller. The controller is kind of the more important thing, because that's going to allow us to get access to the tier 4 without having to make another tier 2, but we're going to have to make more of them. So it's just one of those things. So let's do some math, and this is going to be fun. Alright, so I think I got just about everything. Cool. I'll worry about the cables and stuff later. So we have the controller. We have 61 and 81. There we go. We have 40. Cool. So now we just need the controller. So we have a tier 2. So tier 4 requires 2 tier 3s, which requires so 4 tier 2s. So we need 3 tier 2s, which means we need 6 tier 1s. Right, it requires empowered. So we need 6 tier 1s. Let's put this stuff in here. We're gonna need diamond blocks. See, that's 4, 5, and 6. I think 24. Oh my gosh, this is gonna take a little bit. I didn't even think about this. Okay, so we need 6 solar cells right now. So let's go ahead and make those. 6 plus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We need 12 in total. So that's fine. Now we need to make powered and diamantine. So we need 6 of these, so we need 24. And that's clay and light blue dye. So light blue dye, we're going to need 23 of these. And we're going to need clay. Luckily, we have plenty of blocks of this. It's just a matter of breaking it down. Can we break it down like this? We can. Cool. So I believe it's 48. Alright, and then we just need to empower after we laser all this stuff. So Lasers. Perfect. The empower should be down here. Where did I put it? Because did I just put it back into the system? I think I might have. No. It's right here. Alright. So, let's think about this. We have a good bit of power. How much power does this guy have? Plenty. Alright, so we're just going to set this up out here because it's going to be easier. But the empower goes in the middle. Put a torch here. Conduits go out like so. And I believe it's technically 3 blocks away. 2, 3. And then we can put the display stands on each of these. Not like that. And we're going to automate this. So let's grab a filter. So make me a basic filter. And we're going to switch to this. And we're going to need chests. 5 of them. We have plenty of wood, so who cares? So what we can do is put a chest on each of these. And then put a chest here. Let's put this chest. Oh my gosh. Why am I getting such frame rate issues, it feels like? I don't know. Because I don't think I'm getting frame rate issues at all. So this gets light blue dye. And clay. Alright, so what we can do is we can just plug this in like so. Extract. Always active. And let's grab our conduit probe. And I can show you guys how that works. So there's 2 modes to this, which you can get by just shift scrolling, or I believe clicking Y. And we want the copy paste mode. So we'll get to that in just a second. But if we want to do insert on green, we can shift right click and then right click that. And that's what we want. So we're going to do that for all of these guys. And make my life a little bit easier. We're going to just go through and hopefully we can then go around, shift right click to copy the settings. And make this a little bit quicker. The conduit probe is actually pretty useful. So there we go. Now what we want to do is we want to extract only diamantine crystal blocks. And then this will be actually an in out, so it will extract always active. And this will be same thing. And then we should be able to put this there. It will automatically, hopefully, make all 24 diamantine blocks that we need. So let's just kind of stand around and check it for a second. How are we doing on everything? We need more power in our bobble. Cool. So this is just literally going to take some time. And there we go. Cool. So in the meantime, let's make sure this reactor is still reacting. It's still producing 900 RF per tick, so this should hold us over for the most part. We just kind of need to watch what we're doing. So we need the diamantine to get this. We need diamond blocks and lapis. That should be easy enough. We're going to need stabilized ender pearls. We're going to need 8 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. and mica. So I believe we have some mica. Yes, we have well over a stack. Okay. So literally it's just going to be a waiting game on this. Let's get the assembler. And yeah, this is just going to be kind of waiting around to see what happens. These guys don't actually require too much power, it doesn't seem like. So I will tell you guys what. I am going to... do we want to cut or do we want to finish? Let's cut. I'm going to wait for this to be done and then we'll come back, we'll set it up and see where we can go from there. So I will be right back. Alright, so that took just a little bit of time, but it wasn't too bad. I cleaned up a little bit of the wiring from before and whatnot, but didn't really do too much. It didn't really need to do too much. It kind of went by. So, we have all 24 of the diamantine crystal blocks that we're going to need. So we're going to make the 6 tier 1s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to make the last 3 tier 2s. And then the tier 3s. Both of these. And finally, tier 4. So there we go. Everything we need. What we can do now is set this guy up like so. Let's remove the torches for right now. And let's get assembling. So right click the assembler onto the solar cell and it just makes everything go. And we'll have our stuff here in a second, so let's make sure we're close enough to it. You know, it would help if we had our solar cells, which I put in a chest. I forgot about that. Oh wow, that just happened. I just did that and I already forgot. Basically I forgot because, well, we didn't really need to use them. So we'll just right click this until it says assembly complete. Structure complete. Something is blocking it. So that, oh, there's a torch right here. So we should be able to just pop down. Actually, I don't know that I like it like it's at, so... Huh. You know what? I'm gonna kind of hate doing this, but I kind of have to. We're gonna move it over 1 block this way. So let's just grab all this stuff. And you know what? We can build it ourselves. Other than... Actually, no, I don't know that I can. So we'll just deconstruct this entire thing. No big deal. There should be a torch right here. And we're just going to move it over to here. So nothing too major. Let's just grab this guy, put him there. We can put the controller back, that's fine. And let's just break all this stuff. Now I don't know exactly if, like, I don't know exactly how this is all supposed to look anyways, so I want the nice little confirmation that, hey, you built it right. That we'll get when it says completed. So I know that it's 40. Was it 40 of the tier 4 structure blocks? 8 of the upgrades, and we should have everything else. The 81. So that's 64 plus 17, right? Yeah. So that should be everything. We can check our inventory pretty quickly, make sure we did grab it all. And then we'll just do it again. So, we have 38 structure blocks. Did some fall down here? There they are. Okay. So we'll put this here. We should be able to go underneath and make this a little bit easier. But yeah, so let's put this stuff in our inventory so we can see that it is in fact being placed. But yeah, so solar panel tier 4 should be up and running. We can go ahead and put some torches on the corners just to, you know, make it look nice. Put some torches under here. Let's make it a little bit more even, so go out at threes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're never going to be able to see that one. So, ow. What a shot. So let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. That'll work. So it's lit up enough, and we have a gigantic solar panel. So what we can do is, well, go sleep. We'll sleep, and then what we can do is we can then start working on moving all of our power over there. So the reactor needs to be shut off because he's not going to be used anytime soon. And we just need to put all of these capacitors in here. So is this guy draining? He is. And just for the time being, we'll do this. And here's the moment of truth. So this can input a lot. And we currently have 19. Let's deactivate that. So we're at 2040. Okay, 20,000. And that's like exactly what the conduits can have. So here's my question. And this might seem weird, but is it connection based? I don't remember if energy conduits are connection based or not, but can we do that and get more? If we never active? No. Alright, so if we're going to want to make the most out of this guy, then what we need to do, we could do a couple different things. We could just have a line of, could have a bunch of these guys, but I think what we'll end up doing is using flux ducts just to input power into here. And then anywhere we need to have a lot of power, I don't know if the flux ducts will actually connect with the conduits or not, but that's something we can find out. So things we can now do is go ahead and turn this guy back on, and we should be able to turn this guy back on. We'll go ahead and put a mass upgrade on him, so he's gonna have what, 2,000 as well, but that means it's gonna spawn 6 withers every little bit, and we can just work on getting more and more upgrades to these guys. And then the big thing is dirt. So I was looking at trying to figure out the best way to get dirt. We've gotten like 500 in the time that this episode's taken, which is not much. One of the biggest things is going to be making the next tier of resource miner, and probably going with a bunch of accuracy modifiers. If we do all accuracy modifiers, then that should be decently good, I think. Let's take a look at modifiers. The accuracy modifiers require mica, diamond, and just 5 mica each. So we should be able to make the rest of them. That should be fine. So we'll do that. The other thing we could do is speed modifiers. So we could do half speed modifiers, half accuracy. I think that would be good. And we can look at the digital guide to tell us kind of what we can do and whatnot with the miners. So speed and accuracy. So we'll do half and half. I think that'll be great. If we look at tier 4, we're going to have 12 modifier cores. So we can do 6 and 6. That should be good. So I will work on getting this taken care of. A lot of it you guys have seen, so I will probably go ahead and just do it off camera. So void resource, I believe tier 4 requires nether stars and mica, and it's clear lens in the middle. So all of this stuff is pretty straightforward to do, and so I'll work on that. But yeah, the thing I didn't realize was the more vibrant capacitors you have together, which this guy is already full and will stay full, so it doesn't really matter that this is how it is. You can increase the output input based on how many capacitor banks are hooked together. So that's kind of the idea. Is there literally a spider in here? Or there is. Well, that makes sense. So F7 doesn't actually show anything, but 1, 2, 3. Let's just put some torches. So 1, 2. So one right here. And that should help. So hopefully we don't have any more spider issues. I'll keep an eye on that. If need be, I'll add more light. But I think next time what we're going to work on is something we really haven't done too much work with. And that is we're going to automate a little bit more of thermal expansion. We're going to get some more automation with that. We might want to end up moving this setup. Yeah, we can move this setup because this setup isn't really needed anymore. I don't really plan on going anywhere, so I can take this stuff out. But the plan will be to set up some automation with making flux ducts. So that is what we will do, and we'll go from there. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Power upgrades. Next is upgrading everything else. So yeah, that's kind of going to be our jobs from here on out in this series. We're going to upgrade things until we can do other things, and then we're going to upgrade the other things, and it'll be great. So you know what, we can put these here because why not? Look kind of fitting there. And I'm going to keep this stuff on me just because we might need it. But yeah, so I'm going to get everything together to upgrade the Void Ore Miner. I'm probably also going to go ahead and build it. I don't know if I want to do both of them at this point or not, but we'll see. So at the very least, I'm going to get the Void Resource Miner up and running to the tier 4. And kind of figure out what to do other than the flux ducts. So that's kind of the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!